Hello everyone, Fred here. In this installment of TPP Dynamite, I'm going to be talking about a piece of very interesting DCU news that nevertheless should surprise absolutely no one, which is that James Gunn has officially canceled The Batman Part 2 and unofficially canceled Matt Reeves' entire The Batman universe. First things first though, if you haven't already, let me encourage you to subscribe to my channel. I post film, book, and TV series reviews. I do opinion pieces on entertainment, news, and affairs. I'm also an author of adult and young adult mystery novels. I recently released a new short mystery called The Intruder. There's a link to it in my video description below, and I encourage you to check it out as well. With that in mind, and without further ado, I'm going to just jump right into my topic. So it's hardly fair to even call this news because the writing has been on the wall basically ever since James Gunn started as the creative head of DC Studios that Matt Reeves' The Batman Part 2 was probably not going to move forward. There were all those shady delays of the movie for mythical script tightening reasons, the way that James Gunn cannibalized the movie's plot lines to steal Clayface for his own separate DCU movie, the way that James Gunn keeps trying to fold Matt Reeves into the DCU as a creative under him, the way that James Gunn has been, despite promising at the start of his career with DC Studios that we'd be getting Elseworlds content, cleverly canceling or stalling every last scrap of it, etc. Then there's the fact that James Gunn is a notorious control freak regarding his projects, of which DC Studios itself technically is one now, and that he's not wanted to let creatives like Matt Reeves with popular cinematic visions that drastically diverge from his own play in his sandbox for long. In fact, I myself made a video a few months ago about exactly how I suspected that James Gunn would go about stealthily canceling The Batman Part 2 and possibly the rest of Matt Reeves' The Batman universe to avoid angering fans of the Matt Reeves Batman stuff, while also ensuring that it could not compete with his own inferior stuff. Nevertheless, James Gunn surprised even me this morning when he went about making a series of rather unstealthy posts on X in which he straight up announced the cancellation of The Batman Part 2 and implied the cancellation of the rest of Matt Reeves' The Batman universe. And this started when he responded to a post by a user called @BatmanFTW, in which this guy asked him on Twitter or X or whatnot, "So, be honest. Do you know exactly when we'll be getting #The Batman Part 2? James responded with, "To be honest, no plans for Batman 2 ATM. We initially thought we could make it work, but it just doesn't seem to be in the cards." Another user @BenDeMacchio1876 then responded with, "What about Penguin Season 2, Arkham Asylum, any other stuff planned for that world?" James Gunn then responded to that with no, no, and no. No plans right now. The future isn't looking that good either. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but that's, quote, the business. And again, the only thing surprising to me here is that James Gunn was so direct or public about admitting this. I myself have said from the start that if he did cancel Matt Reeves' The Batman Part 2 and the rest of Matt Reeves' The Batman universe, he would do it quietly and probably without even admitting he was doing it, because he would not want to earn any more fan hate than he's already getting. Anyway, I can imagine that plenty of fans of Matt Reeves' The Batman universe are going to be quite angry over this whole turn of events. I don't like it, and I've said many times that I have nothing but distaste for the short-sighted way that James Gunn keeps canceling or stalling superior projects to his own, both in and out of the DCU, that he and his friends are not creating. But as angry as the fans probably will be with that news about the cancellations, I think they'll be even angrier when they hear